What's up, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol, back with another video. Today we're going to be unboxing Lando Calrissian from Hot Toys. Let's go. That's right, guys. Ryan back with another video today. I got a speedy delivery from Pop Collectibles. If you guys want to check out first or second batch figures, definitely check them out. Discount code and all the stuff in the description below. I got Lando Calrissian, the smooth talker in the galaxy. Pretty excited for this one. And I'm curious to see if the head sculpt is as good as the promo photos have shown and the poses and all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm actually pretty stoked for this thing. So we got him here. And I have, let's see, we've got Lando, we got Shore Troopers, we got the Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Bundle to unbox. Marty McFly. There's so much stuff. Harley Quinn's on the way. It's a ton of stuff. Anyways, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. I am actually pretty stoked for this. It's got that 40th anniversary style packaging. You can see like here we saw with Vader and we saw with Fett. So pretty stoked for that. But if you guys have picked this up, let me know. And let me know your thoughts on this figure at the end of the video. But let's go ahead and unbox it. We got Lando in the house today. This is actually, it's pretty interesting. So this is one of those figures that some people, when it was announced, everybody was like, thank God, it's amazing. And now that it's here, people are going, I'm not 100% sure I need that in my collection. So we'll see. I don't know. It's been interesting. I don't know, in the comment section, you guys can let me know your thoughts. But here it is, Lando Calrissian, the smoothest guy in the galaxy. Check this out right here, MMS 588 Lando. This is going to be in the 40th anniversary style packaging, which is nice. So we got a little Star Wars Empire Strikes Back on the bottom. There's all your stuff on the whodunit on the box. And if we undo this nice little slip cover, just like Fett and Vader, we should have some silver foil. That's not gold. And yeah, so this packaging, it's nice. You know, I know some people who are actually buying two of these 40th style packages to have one in the package just like this. And I understand. I get it. If you got the funds to make that happen, that's cool. 40th anniversary Lando right there. It actually is a pretty nice looking box. But just there's the man himself looking right there on the side. On the back, we've got him with Fett. So that'll be fun in the posing section. And on the side, we've got just some other photos. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and see what this is all about. Get all the little stuff. Looks like we got a couple trays in the inside. So if you guys are excited about this one, let me know. One thing I need some more figures to pose with this guy. I mean, I've got Fett. Let's see what's on the tray. We got oh no. It's one of these things. This one's boring. Cloud City. This is boring. I don't want this. Get out of here. That's just blah. All right, anyways, we got his cape back here, so that's cool. And then we've got the figure. So let's see what this guy looks like. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet. So let's just find out how good it is. So, tailoring-wise, it's very, very, very basic. Let's look at the head sculpt. Yep, I'd say that's Billy D, 100%. Got a nice little smirk going on. And I've seen this a couple times. I have seen this on a couple figures, and this is including in mine. But look right there on the chin. Right there. I have seen that several times on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere where I've seen people who've actually had that issue. So mine actually has that issue. That is unfortunate. It looks like, let's see here. It's got to be, if I put him back in here, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's go from here. Let's put you there. And let's see how this guy's rubbing on the clamshell. Yeah, see, I don't think it's actually from rubbing on there. I don't think that's the case. I mean, it's got the plastic cover over the head, and then this piece, I don't know, but I don't think that's from the rubbing of the clamshell. It could just be an error in manufacturing from Hot Toys, because this is not the first one I have seen. But regardless of that, the head sculpt looks pretty stinking good. And we'll have to get all the plastic bits off of there. That is a little unfortunate, so we'll have to see about getting that remedied. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, so what do we get? We get some blasters. Oh, we've seen this before. That's not much of a shocker. We've seen this That's actually pretty cool. Take a closer look at that in a little bit. We got some communicators. We got some hands. We got a display base. And we got a cape. Let me get all the plastic off of here. All right, so let's get into this checking out of all the accessories. It actually doesn't, once again, another Star Wars release that doesn't come with much of anything, actually. So let's just make this quick so we can get into the posing and have some fun. So we do have this nice normal Imperial style base. It says Lando Calrissian. And we get a nice little Cloud City cover. So that's not terrible. These I don't typically use, but you know, you might want to. So there's that. Crotch grabber. You might be interested in that. We get some blasters, which we've seen before. Again, we've seen this, I don't know, 50 times. It's nothing really fancy. This one, on the other hand, I do like a little bit more because it's more interesting. We've got a nice little red tip going on in there. It's pretty cool. I kind of dig this one. So these are very lightweight. Like this one just, I don't know, this one just feels more solid. Maybe it's because it's more mass, but this feels very lightweight and hollow and whatnot. But it's fine. Some nice stippling going on there on the grip. And you can't really see anything through the scope. So if anybody's curious and you're trying to look through it, it's not going to work. We do get we get a communicator, which is super tiny. I mean, if I get his hand here, it's quite small, but it is well done. It's nice. It's more of a brownish, and then with the silver paint and wash going on at the top, you can see there on the back. Super small. Don't know if I'm going to use that. We'll see. And then we get the wrist link right here. We can talk to whoever we want and hit buttons and make stuff go beep, beep, beep. Pretty cool. This just pops over the right arm. And then we get some hands. So on the figure itself, we got some relaxed hands. We get two accessory holding hands, and we get two fists. So if we take a look at one of the accessory holding hands, you can see that is pretty well done. Nice little texturing. These hands actually look somewhat familiar. I know they're not, but they just remind me of the Qui-Gon Jinn hands, like where he's got that communicator as well. But Qui-Gon, I think, has got larger hands. So I think this may be a mold. Maybe they shrunk it down a little bit. I don't know. But there it is. I would say there's decent texture here, but I wouldn't say it's like a ton. So there's that. And then we have the cape. This actually has some weight to it for what it is. As you can see, it's multi-layered. We got that. The fabric material feels very durable, I guess, if you will. Open this up, and we get that pattern. Dude, iconic. Look how large this thing is. It's pretty freaking big. And it looks like it just connects via that. That's different. Like, we haven't seen... I don't know of another cape that's connected that way to the figure. It's not a terrible way to do it, I don't think, but it is certainly interesting. Typically, we see like magnets, or we'll see Velcro or something like that. But that's the first time I've actually seen like some essentially straps like that to go on there. And there has been some difficulties with people messing with this collar. It's been popping up, so we'll have to see what we can do with that. I could see if there's anything that was going to flake on this figure, other than like the boots that we're used to seeing. This part right here I could see flaking, so you might want to put some protectant on that. I could definitely see that being an issue in the future. But on the figure itself, once again, the head sculpt I think is on point. I don't think there's really anything. I mean, you can say what you want about the expression. That's all personal preference. But I think they did a fine job with it, honestly. I think it looks like Billy D. And I don't really think there's anything to complain about on there. On the hair, pretty straightforward. So I think it looks pretty good. I've noticed on like some of the blogger photos, the body looked a little slim. But in person, I don't think it does. I think it just comes down to photos and, lenses and distortion and that kind of stuff. I actually don't think it looks terrible without the cape. There's no way I would display mine without the cape because the cape is iconic. Yeah, so there's that. I wanted to kind of point that out. I think I have made that comment maybe on a live stream or something. But there it is. And the tailoring, it's pretty bland, guys. Not a whole lot going. He's got a blue shirt. He's got blue pants. He's got a black belt. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. The boots-wise, we get our normal Star Wars boots. They do have some movement in it, but it's that one-piece boot that just... I don't know why Star Wars does that. And then on the bottom, pretty much no tread. So there's that. It's going to have plenty of range of motion. I mean, there's literally, this is a normal 6-scale body. I don't think we're going to have any issue. You can definitely tell there's some padding going on in the thighs. There's definitely, and there's padding back here. So I think we're going to get plenty of range of motion for this. I mean, Lando wasn't a super dynamic, you know, Jedi jump around doing flip character. So he's more of a, I'm going to stand here and look awesome guy. And I think this body will probably be sufficient for that. Double bend on the knee, so no issues there. Double bend on the elbow. And yeah, but you can definitely tell there's going to be some limitations here if you want to have him running or doing something like that. But there's the figure. Let's pose him up. So we got the smooth criminal himself. Check this guy out. This, I'm actually impressed. When I put the stormtroopers up there, it really brought home like the display of this. So I don't have Bespin Han because it doesn't exist. I don't have Bespin Luke. I don't have Bespin Leia for my collection. So I don't have all those figures, but I do have stormtroopers. And I got Vader, and I got Fett, and I got some other things. But this is actually a pretty cool display. I wouldn't mind displaying them just like this. The head sculpt, I think, is like I said earlier. I think they nailed it. I don't really have any complaints whatsoever with that. The only thing I would say, just kind of zooming in here just a little bit, is the wrist. Yeah, the wrist. So that fabric on the material, you got to try and pull that down. So that's just something you got to deal with, or it's just going to show the wrist. The other thing is, I'm not, as much as the innovation, I guess, if you will, of how the cape attaches to the figure with those shoulder straps, not a big fan of those. As you can see, I've tried to rotate them over and over and over, and you still see them. And that's just kind of annoying. So there's a nitpick. And then the last thing has got to be this collar. This collar is unmanageable, for lack of better word. There's no wire in it. It's just literally the material is rigid, and the collar is just, it just is what it is. So it's a pleathery type material. I thought about, like, you know, steaming and ironing, you know, some kind of, you know, with some protection on there. Somehow trying to get that thing flat, but even in the production the promo photos, the final production photos, it was just going all kinds of crazy. So, you know, not a big fan of that part. But take those into account and just kind of look at the figure itself from a distance. I think it's a win. So, yeah, let's have another pose. All right, guys, so this last pose we're going to do for Lando. He's not a super dynamic character. I mean, he walks around, he's last pose we're going to do for Lando. He's not a super dynamic character as far as action and stuff that goes. So we can't go crazy Spider-Man stuff and do like crazy flips and all that kind of stuff. So he's more of a smooth talker, and currently he is smooth talking internet communicator to, you know, whoever wants to listen to him at the current time. Who knows who he's talking to? He could be talking to Vader. He could be talking to Lobot. He could be talking to, well, he's probably not talking to Han because Han is in a predicament. He's probably not communicating with Han at the current time, so it's probably going to be Lobot. This is a pretty cool display, I think. So we've got some stormtroopers over to the left. Obviously, we got the Fett Man over to the right, and then behind him we've got the Sideshow Collectibles, Han Solo and Carbonite, which is a great accessory piece for something like this. I think it works pretty well. So depending on how you want your display, this is just an idea for you. If you've got a few figures, you might want to display your Lando. And you might be in a position like me. Like, I don't have the Bespin Leia, and I don't have Bespin Luke and that kind of stuff. I do have Vader, but I've already got Vader kind of set up, and I didn't really want to remove him from the display for this purpose. So I think this is a pretty solid release, in spite of the other issues I mentioned earlier. And here it is once again, with those shoulder straps. Let me show you guys. I mean, you can see them clear as day right there, even beneath that. And then that collar. That collar is just, that's a nightmare. I have seen a few posts, people complaining about that same damage to the chin. So I'm curious how that's going to play out in the long run. So check yours. If you get yours in hand, make sure you check that area, the lower right below the jaw, and check that out. But I got mine from Pop Collectibles. If you want to check them out, link in the description below, discount code Patrol. If you want to enter our quarter scale statue giveaway from Collector's Own, sponsored in the month of October, check out Collector's Own Cantina on Facebook. It's a Facebook group, link in the description below. There's a post in there with instructions on how to win that, and a little special code for you guys in there as well. So as always, click what you like.